I'm gonna make this quick for you. I wanna make it really easy so you can just wham bam, get out of here and get on with your day. Potassium is super, super important with any kind of lifestyle, but with keto, it becomes even more important. Potassium, magnesium, zinc, copper, sodium, those are what I think are like the 5 pinnacles when it comes down to the minerals on keto. So we need some sources to get potassium on keto, because you're not going to be going around munching on bananas like they always say you should to get potassium when you're on keto, okay? So we'll break it down and make it simple. So stick with me because you're going to get some fun facts. You could easily just look at the board and leave this video, but come on. Give me the time of day and watch my video, all right? So go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and then hit that little bell icon so you can turn on notifications. And after this video, check out Thrive Market down in the description. They have things that I'm talking about here on this video, but they have them at a greatly reduced price that you get delivered right to your doorstep. I've created my keto boxes, my fasting boxes, so all grocery items that I would get that I'm able to extend over to people that shop at Thrive Market. So special link down below. Let's dive in. All right, you see my joke there? Potassium, element K, keto. All right, so 1, avocados. Avocados are potassium royalty. Seriously, they are like the most nutrient dense and potassium rich food that's out there, let alone on keto. 1 avocado equals 1,000 milligrams of potassium. That's more potassium than the average person gets throughout their entire day with all their food. Avocados, monounsaturated fats, potassium, good to go, okay? It's gonna make it so your body functions better. You have the balance of sodium, potassium that makes it so you don't have water retention. It makes it so that your muscles can actually fire properly, and it gets rid of those pesky keto headaches. Okay, number 2, spinach. 100 grams gives you 500 milligrams of potassium, and it's way less dense. So what that means is you can have 100 grams of spinach, cook it up, saute it with a little coconut oil, and it's like a couple tablespoons and you're still getting 500 milligrams. Okay, so it's way less calorically dense. You get by a lot more potassium from spinach per calorie than you do for avocados, right? Okay, so much better in that respect. Don't worry about the oxalates. People always complain, oh, oxalates, they're gonna chelate all the minerals. No, they're gonna chelate calcium and some of these other minerals that are easy to chelate, not potassium. Okay, next up, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds. Okay. Flax are probably the best out of all of this because it does have the best omega-3 profile. Even though it's alpha-linoleic acid and doesn't have the same conversion process, yada yada, it's still the best out of all of these. All of these are looking between 300 and 400 milligrams per 200 calorie serving. That's a pretty good bang for your buck potassium to calorie wise. If you want to talk about nuts really quick, hazelnuts are going to be the highest potassium nut. Okay, also very high monounsaturated fats and of course high potassium. Granted, they're not the best omega profile, so you want to have those in moderation. Number 4, tuna, halibut, and cod. Again, 300 to 500 milligrams per 100 gram serving. If you're going to opt for one of these, opt for cod. Okay, cod has a very high amount of iodine in it, which is another mineral that's very important for your thyroid. If you want to keep your metabolism strong, you got to take care of this old butterfly gland, okay, your thyroid. It's super important. Cod is going to be a best source of iodine, so you don't have to use cruddy iodized salt anymore. Next up, pork and liver, but lean cuts of pork. It doesn't mean you eat a bunch of bacon. Potassium is not hanging out in the fat ribbon of bacon. It's hanging out in the good quality lean meat portion of pork, okay? So what we want is we want the lean cuts that are gonna give you about 400 milligrams of potassium per 100 gram serving. And just so you know, liver contains active retinol palmitate, which is the only real way to get good bioavailable vitamin A, and not only through liver, but you can get it through some fish and stuff, but it's a very strong source there with liver. So very, very good for your eyesight, very good for liver health, very good for your skin, very good for mitochondrial health, which is also good on keto. Lastly, Dutch processed cocoa. Not just any old regular cocoa or cacao. Dutch processed is where you're gonna get a smoother taste, B, a fudgier taste, and C, a lot more potassium. You see, cocoa as it stands already is very, very acidic, okay? So it has to be neutralized. What this does is it ends up using potassium carbonate to neutralize it. That's the whole process of Dutch processed cocoa. We're using potassium carbonate to neutralize it, which gives you the added benefit of potassium added to it. And we're looking at 500 milligrams per 1.5 to 2 tablespoons, depending on the brand and depending on the source. Good stuff. Mix it in with your coffee, have it at night, mix it with a little bit of almond milk. Just, that's a great way to get some potassium. If you're eating these foods, you're gonna be okay. The headaches are gonna subside, you're gonna have more energy, your muscles are gonna be able to contract, and you're gonna ultimately get well on your way to your weight loss goals. So please keep it locked in here on my channel, and I'll see you tomorrow.